Welcome to 10 with Tom, where we explore our faith 10 minutes at a time. And today we're going to talk a little bit about growing pains. On Sunday on our digital campus, we explored how we grow. And if we're going to make our lives better with every year, then we have to grow. And sometimes that's painful. So what I'd like to do is to just dive into those little things a little more and guide you through some of the ways in which we grow, at times painfully. So first, we grow when we hurt enough and we have to. That's one of the statements we use. Now, hurt can park in our lives, and maybe even as I say that, there's some hurt that instantly kind of comes up for you and you remember it. But I'd like to guide you through just a few steps in which we can, or through which we can make sure that it doesn't park and cripple us. So let me use perhaps a trivial example for me, but maybe not trivial for some. Your girlfriend broke your heart 20 years ago. And you have lived with a frozen heart, an untrusting spirit, and it's affected every relationship of your life. You don't trust a soul because they might break your heart like your girlfriend broke your heart 10 years or 20 years ago. What do you do with that? Do you remain crippled, paralyzed, and a little dysfunctional? Or do you grow because you have to? So why don't you name the hurt? My girlfriend broke my heart 10 years ago. I can feel it now, and my stomach goes into a knot. You name the hurt. Then you forgive her. And maybe you need the help of God to do that. So you say, God, help me to forgive her. All right? Then you forgive yourself. Because for 20 years you've lived carrying that hurt when you could well have used it to fuel a different way of life. You grow. So forgive yourself. And then get up and give yourself to the rest of your life. Now that might sound trivial, right? But why don't you try it in this week ahead? If there's a hurt that's paralyzing you, name it. Forgive the other, forgive yourself, and then give yourself to the rest of your life. Do it as often as you have to until you feel, I'm free. And you bump into that girlfriend now. She's 95 years old. And you can say, wow, good to see you. Eh? Now, you may have other hurts, and I don't want to trivialize the hurt you carry, but just an example. Okay, we grow because we hurt enough. And we have to. Second way we grow and make the most of the rest of our lives is that we learn enough. And so we want to grow. Now adults learn, and let me be clear, adults learn not by being told generally. So we learn by experience. And so we act, we fail, we reflect, we learn, and we grow, and we act, and we fail, and we reflect, and we learn, and we grow. That's how we grow. Now, if you're living well within yourself so that you're doing only things that you will never fail at, right? Then you're probably going to stagnate in every way. So don't fear failure. It is the very thing that helps us grow and get better with our lives. So I'm going to encourage you to do things you've never done before. Try stuff you're not good at. Try something brand new this year that sets you up as an appy or an apprentice in that environment, and grow. At our leadership summit, Craig Rochelle said he's tried something new. He's trying Taekwondo, which is a brand new thing, right out of his preaching wheelhouse, right out of anything he's ever done before, and he's so hungry to learn in that environment. So why don't you do that? Why don't you say, in 2023, I'm going to risk a little, I'm going to risk failing a little, and when I fail, I'm going to reflect and I'm going to learn and grow. So that's how we grow. Why don't you try that? And then lastly, we grow when we receive enough so that we're able to. And even as I've talked about these things, you may have said, well, I've tried to grow. I've tried to get better. I feel a little paralyzed. I want you to just open your heart and mind to all that God has for you. And God gives His life and Himself to you so that you can grow. God loves you when you get it all right. God loves you when you fail. And so why don't you just, in a very practical way, open the palms of your hands, invite God to give Himself to you, all that He has for you, His love, His grace, His power, so that you might say, out of this healthy and full place, I am going to grow through my hurt, and I'm going to learn so that I will grow, and I'm going to fail if I must. But in your beautiful, full grace and love, God, help me to grow. Why don't you try all of that as this week kind of unfolds? God bless.